Now he'll be showing off a new set of wheels at NBC's Ironside, Blair Underwood. I'll just recite some numbers. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. He'll always be Desmond to us, but now he's got a new number, the 100. He plays Counselor Kane on the 100, Henry Ian Cusick. She's the best female hacker on TV with a knack for a well-placed wisecrack. Emily Bett Rickards, who plays Felicity Smoke on Arrow. He's the most dangerous man on TV, whether he's Breaking Bad or staging a revolution. Giancarlo Esposito plays Tom. She's the vampire with the best lines and the best costumes on TV. Kristin Bauer plays Panelists. And he's the werewolf with the best body on TV. Tyler? Don't come between her and her katana. Danai Gurira plays Michelle. He's the reason the Avengers saved the world. If only they could have saved producer on television, from the Tomorrow People to the originals to the Vampire Diaries, and she also gives good Twitter. Julie Plec, the executive producer. And he's a hybrid who's so hot they had to give him a who plays Klaus Mickelson in the originals.
Great. On the Vampire Diaries, we have the luxury of staying at the end of a season and spending a whole month breaking stories further ahead for the next season. And on the originals, we made the episode, we finished the episode, we got the series order, and we started like 5 minutes later, and now we're shooting in a week. So we're very, very, very busy, but very excited about how rich and full and gothic and sexy and really emotionally powerful the world is shaping up to be.
Well, we can't wait to see it. So Clark, I know the S.H.I.E.L.D. panel has already happened and screened for the audience.
Some of them are still here.
So can you tell us a little bit more about Phil Coulson's fate?
I'm afraid that I cannot. We certainly, I guess some people here know more than they can talk about. I guess we find out some, I can't talk about it. I was dead on the carrier, on the helicarrier, and then I got a call saying, "Yeah, it's the comics, you might not be 100% dead." Okay. You were dead! same time, I thought that was kind of an important part of the Avengers, as Johns did, that, you know, it's not a place where there aren't consequences. So I wanted to know how he could be walking around in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pilot and not have it undermine anything in the Avengers. And when I heard the kind of complexity of Joss's take and the fact that we learned something in the pilot, but it really kind of, everything we learned opens up a whole other series of questions, I was instantly on board.
What's it like working with Joss Whedon?
It's my new favorite thing, and I didn't like it so much when he was killing me. I liked it a lot better when he's bringing me back to life. But I was sitting backstage here, about to go do the panel for Thor. This is easy now, because I was a big fan of Buffy. This is cheap. I'm gonna stop. If I could just say Firefly. And he said, I was
setting the bar high for the rest of you guys.
I'm so really sorry. And he said, you're going to have a big part in the Avengers. Anyway, so I did the Avengers with him, and then when he was supposed to be on a break, we went to his house and we did a movie of Much Ado About Nothing. I'm going to pass to the next question.
Danai, good luck following.
I'm just going to say Norman Reedus, Norman Reedus, Norman Reedus.
So beautiful.
So how does the next season find Michonne? How hard is she going to take Andrea's death?
Well, I think it's interesting because at the end of the last season, they were estranged, but they had that one moment where they got to reconnect just before Andrea passed. And the one thing she said to her was, you know, it's good that you found them. And I think that it makes it even more solidified and shown to commit to this group, these people. And you know, she knew she was on the right track, but that was a blessing from a friend that she'd lost and that she was losing. But you know, Michonne is a loner, and Michonne likes her alone time, and she likes to do things on her own. And so it is a struggle to actually really be a part of a group she wants to be a part of, while she still has those very, I gotta go do stuff on my own instincts very much alive. So you know, she's kind of grappling with that a little bit.
Will she and Rick finally trust each other?
Oh, I thought that happened. No. I feel like they've bridged that. I think she chose Rick. You know, Michonne chooses her compadres. So she chose him, and it's just a matter of him catching up.
As it should be. How much does the governor have a target on his back?
You know, it is about, there is some unfinished business there. There's definitely some unfinished business. And what's exciting is that, you know, as we said, I can't say anything, but, you know, what is exciting is that the way that he, you know, how and when and if he does reemerge is nothing anyone can predict. So that's pretty thrilling, even to be a part of it and also just to read the script. So I was like, wow, the writers are really outdoing themselves this season.
Looking forward to seeing it. And Tyler? So we're finding Derek in an interesting place this season. I think we saw him cry, actually.
Yeah, I guess we did. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun this year. I think, you know, I always say, you know, being on a show, I think the biggest fear is kind of falling into a rut and feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over again. And I've experienced that before. And Jeff, our creator, has done a really great job of giving us new stuff to play with year to year. So playing a little bit more vulnerable side of Derek, finding a love interest, and so it's been a lot of fun to explore different sides of a character that you've been playing for quite a bit of time already. And it's always fun to find out new things yourself as the actor about the character.
I thought it was funny what you were telling me backstage, that he's never actually won a fight other than with Scott?
Never. Yeah, I lost like 3 fights to 3 different girls this year. I'm supposed to be like the big bad alpha, and that's not working out. My little brother likes to remind me of that every week when he watches the show, so we'll see. I don't know. Maybe once they come, who knows?
You're gonna have to work on that.
I'm gonna have to work. I have to long talk with Jeff about this. It's not a good image at all.
Well, what else can you tell us about what's in store for the rest of the season?
Just tying up a lot of loose ends. I think, this season, more than before, there's a lot going on. There's different bad guys there for different reasons. And some of them right now aren't so clear, but I know in the next few episodes, there's a lot of revelations. The flashback episode that we have next week is great. A lot of questions that are answered about Derek's past and, why he is the way he is. Which I think will be fun for the fans to see, because it has been, questions been there for a long time. So we're excited about what the next 5 episodes have, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. I mean, we like making them, so
This is horrible. Yeah, that's definitely, I can't wait for everyone to see what happens next week. It was incredible to film, so I don't want to ruin it.
We don't want to be spoiled, but I would imagine everyone survives. We hope there's a happy ending.
It's True Blood, so if there's happiness, it's brief. Right? 'Cause that's what's fun to watch. But yeah, there's a lot of alliances that are tested this year, and relationships that are really tested.
Should we believe Pam when she says she no longer has feelings for Eric?
They're on to me. They're on to Pam too, right? I mean, how do you not love Eric? And that relationship is, right? I should test it, Skarsgård. That's always a go-to. Yeah, that relationship is really long and very deep. So, we'll see. Yes, I know. I love him too.
I think she does too.
Yeah.
Giancarlo. So, you've got some explaining to do, sir.
I've been a bad boy, huh?
You've been a bad boy. So just whose side are you on?
Oh, wow. I think my own.
Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. We ended our last season in a very precarious position in the tower with very strange people sort of coming out of the woodwork that were unrecognizable. Power coming back on for a moment and then going out. And as if it could get any worse, we begin our new season September 25th at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and all hell breaks loose. It gets worse.
Eric Kripke said that you could sell ice to the Eskimos. That's quite a compliment.
It is a nice compliment. We have some great creators on our show, and they've created a very, very dank world, and our whole look of our show has changed. We moved the show to Austin, Texas. So we have a whole different look, a whole different vibration. I think when I read the first script that Eric wrote, I literally fell off my chair. It's very daring and exciting television, and I think the fans are going to be freaking out.
Can you give us any specifics about what's in store for the season?
Well, no.
Try. All right. Well, there's a rumor about a Saul Goodman Breaking Bad spinoff. How would you like to see Gus Fring resurrected for that?
Yeah, I think that all could happen. It's very exciting to think that Breaking Bad is coming back August 11th, and that Saul might be in line for a spinoff, and that I could come back and maybe do some more damage would be really exciting.
I think you have it in you.
I do. I do. Don't rub me the wrong way.
Oh, I know. I'm smart. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Congratulations on being made a series regular.
Thank you. I'm excited.
ever imagine how popular Felicity would become with the fans?
I didn't. She's so awkward that I think everyone finds a little part of themselves in there, I hope. And I think that's why.
Do you think Felicity has a crush on Oliver?
Yes. She does. Oliver Queen, right? Stephen Amell.
Do I need to hold up this cover again? Oh, sorry, this one. Actually, either.
Do you think there's any chance of them hooking up?
I think there's a chance. I think there's a good base for it. When we get back in season 2, there's a lot of tension between the three again. And I think that'll span over the season quite a bit. I'm not sure, I can't guarantee. But there's a large chance, and if you guys want it, well, there's an even better chance. But I'll want it.
You're also only one of the only people who can stand up to Oliver. How will that play out?
She's his polygraph. She's his lie detector. She needs all honesty from him all the time, or else they're going to get killed, they're going to get hurt. So if she doesn't stand up to him, lives are going to be lost, and that's her biggest dilemma with being in this group. She doesn't want to kill anybody. And if she doesn't stand up to him, people are going to die.
So do you think that means more adventures in the field for her in the future?
Oh, absolutely.
So you're doing your martial arts training?
Yes, actually, we started season 1 this week, and all 3 of us have bruises from yesterday. So, get ready.
Can't wait to see it. Ian, it's your turn. So what can you tell us about your character on The 100? Is he a good guy or a bad guy or somewhere in the middle?
I play a character called Kane on a new TV show called The 100, which is set, it hasn't been on air yet. It's set 100 years in the future, and just the quick premise of it is a spaceship containing the last 2,000 survivors of Earth, and the Earth is radioactive. It's been a terrible war, and we send some people out. So my character is given the task of trying to save the human race, which is quite an interesting dilemma. And the way he goes about it is he's very pragmatic, and he's very much survival of the fittest. So it's good or bad. You can't really, I can't really say. I just say he's pragmatic and he's doing what needs to be done.
Jason Rothenberg described you as the Jack Nicholson character from A Few Good Men. Can you give us a good, you can't handle the truth?
No idea why you would say that. Jeez.
Do you think that's true? Do you agree with him?
That's the first time I've heard that, so do I agree with him? I can see what he's getting at. Yeah, I can now. So yes, I do.
How far do you think Kane will go to, achieve what he wants, or, in service of what he thinks is right?
When someone commits a crime on the ship, they get floated. No matter what the crime is, it's the tiniest thing. You commit a crime, you get floated. I'd like to think that if Kane committed a crime, he'd float himself.
Really?
I'd like to think that.
You must have been offered a lot of roles after Lost.
Right?
You showed up on Fringe.
Right.
Scandal. What was it about this show that appealed to you?
This show, I think it's, I missed the running around and the high stakes. I love high stakes. I love sci-fi. And it's a bit Lost-ish. So that's why I went with it. And I got off it, so.
That works.
No, that was fun. That was good.
All right, Blair. Hello.
Hello.
So tell us about Ironside. Obviously, it's a classic show. Why, I don't want to use the word remake, but why revisit the show?
Yeah, you know, like Henry Eaton's show, it's a new show that will air October 2nd, right after Revolution and Law and Order, and then Ironside. But some of you in the audience will remember, of course, the classic from the 60s that ran for 8 years, very popular show back in the day. And it's a reimagining. I mean, the great Raymond Burr played Ironside, and for the younger generation who may not remember, this was about a detective named Robert Ironside, who's brilliant at what he did, happens to live his life in a wheelchair. Unlike the original, though, we have a lot of flashbacks. I'm thinking now we should put some vampires in there. Some zombies or something. But we're having a great time. We start shooting on Monday, and I'm very, very excited about it.
I want to make sure I give fans a chance to ask questions too, so if you guys want to start lining up, I promise I'll get to you this time. How much will we see of his backstory?
Quite a bit, because you know, this is a guy who's 2 years into this accident that, you know, he's shot in the back and puts him in a wheelchair. So we're constantly exploring that. So as an actor, it's good for me to not only just kind of get up and get and about, but it's good for the audience, I think, to see both versions of him. Because, you know, he becomes this different guy. He's always changing, always growing and evolving. So we'll see a lot of that. We'll do a lot of flashbacks.
And you played so many iconic characters on TV. How does this compare to some of the other characters that you've played?
Well, this guy, you know, he's kind of a badass. You know, I think that's one thing that's different than the original. He's kind of in your face. He's politically incorrect. He loves the women. He's single, and you know, he does things by he follows his rules, and he breaks a lot of the rules. But he always fights the underdog, which is most important.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready with your questions?
I love the freedom that Dylan has on set to just, you know, have fun with that character and be goofy and silly sometimes, and I think that'd be fun because I kind of have like one expression on that show, which is really upset and mad, so it'd be nice to explore different things, but yeah, I'm ready to say Styles. Or Peter, maybe Peter's kind of smart.
Oh my God, this is terrible, because if I say what I'm really thinking, this could sound bad, but I kind of think Pam is so awesome. I'm not sure I want to be Pam ever, but you know, and it's terrible. I just want to be me. No, Pam is really fun, but a character that I love on the show, one of my favorites, is Jason Stackhouse. I love watching him. So if I were to play another character, I'd love to play, you know, a dumb blonde. I think a human, which I think he's just brilliant. He's such a comic genius.
Gus Fring. I mean, you know, or Gus's crazy brother on steroids. But in Breaking Bad, the show that I have done, I would probably want to play Walter White. I think that is just such a complete and wonderful character, and part of me has always wanted to play the nerdy part of that personality. I think I have the other one down.
Malcolm Merlin, John Barrowman. He's fast and he's downright evil.
Benjamin Linus. Michael Emerson, I think, did a brilliant job with that character, so I don't know how much is Michael Emerson is, you know, but Benjamin Linus for me was the most delicious character of all.
You know, the last science fiction project I did was the event where I played the President of the United States. That's kind of hard to beat, but I would say Clark Gregg in everything he does.
I love you, Blair.